Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV video. So today I'm going to show you guys how to make Gil and Dawntrail with just your goldsmith. Now before we continue with this video, if you guys want early access to my Gil making guides as well as the items list of everything that I sold ahead of time, consider becoming a YouTube member or Patreon supporter for just $1 a month. You also get custom emotes, a badge next to your name, as well as your name at the end of my videos, and so much more. So consider becoming a member today. Now disclaimer, as always, make sure you guys check your market board to see which ones are selling the most. This way you guys don't waste time selling something that just doesn't want to move. And I will be doing specific job Gil guides going forward in the next few weeks. Alright, so let's get started. So 2 items on this list is going to be available through all 8 jobs. So it doesn't really matter which one you do it, you can make bank on all 8. So the list for goldsmith is not big, but I went with the gear, condensed solution, dyes, and materia. These 3 here are my biggest sellers, and these are available through all 8 jobs. The dye is through the Ishgard restoration, or you guys can cheese it by going through Island Sanctuary. Condensed solution can be gotten through any crafter job pretty easily, as well as the materia. So for goldsmith, I went with the Lar needle. I think this was for a Grand Company turn-in. Now the gear, I would say, is the slow burn of this list. So if you don't want to focus on this, you don't have to. But I started selling these at the beginning of dawntrail because everybody was ultimately using this for Grand Company turn-ins. So my sales history shows that, as you can see, they were all over the place. I tried selling as many as I could. I think I sold like 2 or 3, but if they sell, go for it if you have the patience for it. The other one, the chondrite needle, again, if you're starting out from level 90 in the dawntrail, you will see the chondrite needle constantly pop up on your Grand Company turn-ins. This one, as you can see here, they're pretty expensive, but the sales history are all over the place. Again, if you have the patience, go for it. Now next is going to be the accessories. Now I stood with the black star ones because you're going to need these up until 7.3. So the earrings, these ones unfortunately dropped pretty substantially because we have just a bunch of people that just don't care. So these are the crafting ones. If you guys can sell these, go for it. We have the scarf, which is 42,000, which is the higher one. So you have a couple of sales here and there. Then you got the bracelet of crafting. This one's a little bit higher with this bad undercutting right here. And always make sure you sell them high quality, obviously. Try to sell them one at a time. Putting more than one is kind of stupid, especially if they take some time to sell. As you can see, the rings aren't in here because those are for armor only. So going back to the Lar accessories, I tried selling the cuffs, the choker, and the rings to see if they were selling. Some people don't know that you can just get the script set from the previous expansion to take you through the next one. So some people might go for the first accessories. So I tried to sell some of these. And as you can tell by the sales history, they're all over the place. Next is the choker, which I believe is a Grand Company turn-in or a Leave Quest turn-in, I don't remember. But as you can see here, again, they're all over the place. I figured because my server is bombarded with crafters and gatherers and stuff like that, I thought I can get away with selling some of these accessories. Then you have the Lar bracelets. Same thing, sales history is all over the place. And then we have the Lar rings. Now we have the biggest sellers, which is the condensed solution, which is for the current Everseeker set. And then of course the Rubira dye always has sold well, and of course control materia because control is the one you want the most. So let's start with the solution. Now you get 1 solution per orange turn-in, or if you do 7 turn-ins you get an extra one from the residual scripts after you bought your initial ones. You also get these 2 desynthesis of any item in the current endgame dungeon, and of course anything going forward. So as you can see here, they're going for 10,179 on my server. They were under 10,000, but somebody bought them all out. thankfully. And these are for the 7.1 gear, which is going to be useful up until 7.3 when we get the new ones. So these will always be in influx. So despite how many times we make videos about these, they will fluctuate regardless. Ruby red dye, which you can get from either the Fall Guys event when that comes back, Ishgard Restoration, or Island Sanctuary. Since you can get these from any crafter job, I'm going to be adding this to my guild guides going forward for individuals. So they were going for more than 16,000, as you can see here, but of course someone decides to take the whole stock and drive the price down. But they were still a good seller for me, which I'll show you guys my retainer in a little bit. And of course, control materia, which goes for 33,000, almost 34 on my server. Obviously, control is the more demanding materia than CP because CP isn't needed until 7.3, and Crash and Shop, not too many people really need that much to do the rotation, so control is always the one that people go for. And you need a lot of control just to make a difference. And as you can see, they sell quite nicely. When it comes to the amount, I try to stay within 10 per hit. Okay, some people might have good RNG, sometimes they might have bad RNG. You never know. And the last one, which is going to be a stretch because it is very limited how you get them, but it's going to be jet black dye. Now, jet black dye can actually come from many sources, but if you're doing the Ishgard Restoration, you guys can do the fates or the feats during a certain time period, which I'll show you on the top right of your screen. So when you do these fates or feats, you will get 2 presents, which you can open for a random item that you guys can get. And sometimes it is going to be black dye or pure white dye. So the jet black dye on my server are going for 746,000. And as you can see by the sales history, people are crazy enough to buy them. So even though this is a pretty big stretch, it is possible to get these through crafting in the Ishgard Restoration because you can't do those fates unless you're a crafter or a gatherer. So if you just have a goldsmith unlocked and leveled, then you can use it to get those if you're lucky. So the idiot that I am, I went to go kill an S rank before continuing with this section, so I forgot to hit record. So all the gil I've already took out of my retainer. Alright, so this retainer here I believe had all the dye that I sold. This gunmetal black I just sold recently, so it doesn't count. So from the 3rd all the way back from the 30th of November, all the dyes that I sold, excluding the jacket. Here's the gunmetal black that I managed to get. Got very lucky with the fates. This one here I believe had all the solutions. Here's the other dyes that I sold. So as you can see here, I went to 20, 8, 10, 7, 13, whatever I had from doing the orange scripts. So this was back from the 29th of November all the way up to the 3rd of December. This one here is all the gear that I sold. This was the lar needle, the bracelet, the cuffs, the ring. I tried doing the cobalt tungsten needle, but this took forever to sell. I think this was a Grand Company turn-in or a Elite Quest turn-in. Here is some of the black star gear. Another lar needle, the chondrite needle, choker, or black star stuff. And this was from the 28th all the way up to the 3rd of December. And then this one here has all my materia. All the grade 9 that I sold from the 29th up to the 2nd of December. So this is where I made most of my gil. Okay, so that's basically everything that I sold with just my goldsmith in Dawntrail. So hopefully this has been helpful. Don't forget to check out the rest of my channel for more Final Fantasy XIV content, and I will see you guys in the next one. And that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new for more Final Fantasy XIV content and help with the YouTube algorithm. If you guys want to support my channel even further, consider becoming a YouTube member, Patreon supporter, or help me on Ko-Fi. The links for those will be in the description down below, as well as my Discord. And an extra special shout out to the members on screen. So So until next time, may you forever walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut, and always remember to keep forging ahead.